Aries, welcome to your general overview or in-depth 369. What's going on, please? Show me Aries. What's going on, please? Show me that Aries collective. Show me that Aries collective. Show me that Aries collective. What's going on, please, for Aries? Like always, take what resonates, leave what does not. These are general collective readings, not one-to-one private, which is to say it may not resonate. Normal, frustrating, but normal. Check your other placements. You will find yourself in there somewhere. What's going on, please? Show me Aries, show me Aries, show me Aries. Oh, your message has been officially blessed by Our Lady of Perpetual Lawn Care. I think it's been a minute since you got that. Oh, yes. I don't know if you can tell. There's full sun today. Lawnmowers are out. I'm surprised they waited. I'm surprised, actually, given the weather we've had. It was so beautiful after days and days and rain. Honestly, I'm surprised I didn't hear that at dawn. Just a symphony of lawnmowers. The burbs. What are you going to do? 9 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 3 of Swords. Ow. Owie. I see that you tried to open up to something, but it ended up hurting you the more you tried to open up towards it. Okay. I don't know if that was fear of rejection or that you actually were. We'll keep going. Let's fast forward a little bit. Chariot. Ace of Wands, the moon. You're like, I'm out of here. I'm over it. I'm out of here. Get out of here. And then there's the moon. So we'll see what's up with that. In the present situation, I have seen the moon in not just this deck, but in the other decks that I'm using today. I'm seeing it largely as heavy references to Pisces season, as it is present-oriented energy. Pisces season's right around the corner. So for a lot of collective folks, Pisces season's pretty critical. Okay? Let's keep on keeping on. 5 of Cups. Hanged Man, Death. I think you're finally letting something go. I do. It's one thing to be like, I'm over it, I'm out of her. You can't keep my hair. To actually experiencing it, acknowledging it, and understanding that you have fully parted ways with it. I think you're on your way. I think you're more than on your way. But I also see you finally coming out of stagnation and pause and cocoon energy. Like, legitimately. Not just the energy. It's like, I'm moving on with my life. More than that. I mean, really taking your finger off the pause button and allowing yourself to resume play. Really, in the real world. At the emotional level, at the spiritual level. All right, let's see what's going on. Recent past, how recent that is up to you. 9 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 3 of Swords. Try to open up to this. It felt good. And then it hurt me. All right, let's take a look. I may or may not clarify some of these. Some of them are pretty straightforward. But I do want to see your love for this as you try to love yourself. Because that's what 9 of Cups is. Because I love myself and this calls to me, I'm going to try to open up towards it. So I know that because you love yourself, you are possibly resonating with something that might have presented itself as an option, but it turned into a painful option. But you tried to show it something. You did, because it felt right to you. All right, let's see that 9 of Cups. Let's see that 9 of Cups. Let's see that 9 of Cups. Show me that 9 of Cups, please. Yeah, I mean, there's one thing when you really try to power through something, move on, and then actually feeling the weightlessness, because it's actually true in your reality at some point. And so I'm actually quite happy to see that. King of Wands, 10 of Pentacles, Judgment. You're like, I got it. It's my choice. It's my decision. I got this. This feels good. You know, and in your past then, in Judgments here, you're kind of like, your goal in this life has always been to create a foundation for yourself. You're showing me a very strong goal as it relates to you, as you best understand it. King of Wands here, you've been very passionate about the life that you've lived. You're saying you don't do anything that you don't want to do. That you blaze your own trails and you're happy to do it by God, right? Can't hold me back, can't hold me down. That's that Aries energy. I love it. There's that determination. Oh, I'm going to get mine. I love that so much about your sign. I really do. The King of Wands and the 10 of Pentacles, you're like, I don't play when it comes to life. You built a foundation and you did it off the sweat of your own back. And also for love of it. You know, one of the things that was important to you for self-love, 9 of Cups, was that you had a very strong world and you created it. And you did it off your own energy, off your own 2 hands. I see a me, myself, and I in there. I do. You did all that by yourself. You created a whole world by yourself, and you said it was your calling. You stepped into your calling. You honored your judgment calls as best you could. And that's how you've lived and navigated life in as much as you are capable of making the best decisions about yourself and what it is you were meant to do, not what it is you thought you were supposed to do. No, no, no. You said you were trying to listen to yourself in regards to a calling. And you did well. You did really well. You created a great world, honey. I have every reason to believe it's still in play. But you did so much, you accomplished, and you did it with pride and sense of conviction and being self-propelled. Very strong Aries energy. Self-propelled, I did this. Because I listened to myself. I don't ignore myself. I listen to myself. Good job. Excellent. And then you're showing me high levels, before you interacted with this, you're showing me high levels of stability for the self, and everything that you have managed to accomplish. You're saying that you had a steady hand. You might be highly energetic. I understand. I'm highly energetic too. But you still created stability because of your enthusiasm, not the lack of it. So you made your energy work for you. Okay? I love this. You did great. Yeah, your pride's in there, but you earned it. You built that. Self-conviction, self-love. That's beautiful. You can't teach people that. You learn it. You learn it and you go, you practice it as you go. You know what I mean? Okay. And then you're like, then that happened. All that, Christina, all that. I was doing just fine. Okay? And then that. Okay, let's talk about that. Let's take a look at that Seven of Cups. Oh, I know. You're like, I was happy as a clam before that showed up. I know, okay, I know. Well, talk. I laugh because I do interject humor, and sometimes things do hit me a certain way. That's absolutely true. But just please understand, I'm never laughing at you, ever. Okay? I do have a sense of humor, for better or worse. It's very much ingrained in my personality. And frankly, I think we could all do with a little bit more laughter. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm never laughing at you. Seven of Cups. Show me that Seven of Cups, please. I always admired people growing up that could do voices. I always did. First of all, I'm very auditory. Voices, they're fascinating. I find voices fascinating. I have a much stronger auditory memory than I do a visual one. But I find people who can do voices it's fascinating. So every now and again, I throw out some voices and I think it's funny, but it may not be. Three of Pentacles. Ah, shit. Yeah, we knew this person, didn't we? I see you trying to... It's coming across as friend. And it felt like we were chasing our friends' feelings. Perhaps you were. Perhaps you're both chasing each other's feelings a little bit, but you're showing me your energy towards them. So you're saying you're taking responsibility for that. To make that clear, you're not in denial about it. You're being very honest. I believe you were chasing a friend's feelings, and you're saying it was very hard. The idea was, there's something here. Seven of Cups, I feel it. And it came across as action-oriented, though. You never failed to not show up for your friend. I mean, you always did. You're saying it was hard, 10 of Wands. But, there was something here about active exploration, and you wanted to try to explore those feelings, but you found it very difficult. But you always showed up for it. Tried to cooperate with it. Okay. But it might have felt like you were chasing somebody's feelings, yeah. So, be they friend or anything else. If you have to chase their feelings, then that means they got you running. Okay? If they wanted you to know their feelings, they'd stay put and tell you. You wouldn't have to pursue shit. Or perhaps you feel that they pursued yours. But like in a friendly way. Regardless, it was 10 of Wands, difficult. 3 of Swords. Let's go ahead and do that one. Show me that 3 of Swords, please. Show me that 3 of Swords. 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 So you went from being a very stable, high-ranking, I know who I am, I know what I'm about character, to I got myself running after somebody's feeling, trying to make sense of them. Justice, the Hierophant, Tower. Yeah, unequivocally, that's a big old smackdown from the universe and from yourself. What that amounts to, powerfully so, I could have skipped that 3 of Swords, but whoo, we got 3 majors there. But it goes back to the central point. Ultimately, we understood painfully so that none of this was fair, none of it was stable, and this, whatever this dynamic was not worth committing to. If you have to run around chasing after anything, and it doesn't cooperate back, you got your answer. It's not worth committing to. We understood that this particular tower had to come down, and it hurt like hell. 3 of Swords. It's not balanced. This is the spiritual energy, and understanding it's the opposite of it. So this was a very strong internal tower that hurt a lot when you realized it. There's no spiritual significance to this. It does not serve a greater good. In fact, it's anti-greater good. There's nothing here worth committing to, and that includes myself. I should not be committing myself to this. That's an illusion. And the fact that if I'm chasing it, that means it's not in any way committed to me. And it's opposite justice. It's anti-justice, whatever the situation is. It's anti-justice. It's not fair. It's not balanced. These are the towers that needed to come down. It was a delusion, illusions that we were feeding into. The foundation might have been solid, but the walls that built up around it got narrower, skinnier, shakier, and more unstable the more time passed. So these were anti-spiritual concepts, and it caused a lot of hurt in you when you understood this. There's nothing about this that's correct. I'm a king of wands who built an empire, and I'm running around this doofus like they're important. What am I committing to exactly? Oh, I'm not. There's nothing here to commit to. There's no justice in this. It's a bullshit construct. So, I don't know what kind of friend this is, but you trying to chase this person's feelings is anti-everything that you built and anti-everything you stood for. You know that? And I think that's why your particular tower was so powerful. The day you understood that, you took your power back. I'm not saying it happened overnight, but you also understood it was like a vacuum. Like, again, anything that would have you run, that means it wants you to chase. Don't allow anyone to chase you, and don't allow yourself to chase anyone. It either stands still and it wants to be caught because it doesn't feel like it's being caught. It wants to stand there and participate, or it don't. You know? All right, let's fast forward a little bit. That tower really caps your past energy. Let's fast forward you. All right, Chariot. I'm really curious about your moon there. It might be stuff that you haven't completely worked through yet, true. But it could also be a little bit of the unknown. Let's take a look. It's interesting. Let's see that Chariot, please. Show me that Chariot. 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 Show me that Chariot, please. Queen of Swords, 3 of Cups, 4 of Swords. Yeah, you're resting a lot and healing on this. You're learning a lot from the connectivity, what you got from it, and trying to make sense of it as you continue to move forward in your life to much more stronger roads, much more stronger paths, stuff that your heart can actually stand up behind and not question the commitment or its technical value, spiritual value, or its sense of balance. The idea is if I can move towards it and navigate towards it easily, that it's probably correct. And I think you're right. Again, there's one thing being on the path, and there's another thing where you're actively trying to chase a constructive effort between you and someone else and understand their feelings and blah, blah, blah. And you being on a correct pathway that has no stop points in it, right? That means it's clear. It's clear to proceed. And you've made a very strong, dedicated effort to understand yourself, your heart, what's it doing, why, the path it's on, the path it is yet to be on, because you're also, excuse me, that's my list. You're also thinking about your future orientation, even now in your present. Where does my heart have to go? This is where it is now. And I do see you enjoying some social connectivity. But it seems to be in the general sense of learning and reflection and just feeling good, learning to feel good again. Good. I want you to do that. But I also want you to, again, continue to rest on your old experiences and what that taught you. Don't live in it. Don't dwell in it, but reflect on it from time to time. That way you don't lose place and you're never tempted to lose place again. Okay? Okay. Let's see the Ace of Wands. Let's see if there's anything new in there cooking for you. Show me that Ace of Wands, please. Show me that Ace of Wands. 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 If you have any Sag in your chart, check those out. I saw their tower as being also in a very prominent decision-making mode as well, also as a concern to Three of Pentacles, and I promise you these all get shuffled many, many times in between takes. Never mind what you see on camera. So if you, again, just the point there, if you have any Sag in your chart, check those out. Okay, Page of Swords, Page of Cups. I got pages talking to each other, 3 of them. What's all with this hypothetical stuff? What's all this about? Show me the moon. Okay. What is this? Show me the moon. Your energy just went from powerful, it's contemplative, it's on a particular road. And then you stopped and you're heavily questioning this Ace of Wands. What is this? Did you not see this coming? Is that what the moon is? Show me the moon. Show me the moon. Show me the moon. I got a bunch of little pages talking to each other. What is this? Show me the moon. It's like you can't tell if you're supposed to be excited or not. You're confused a little bit. Like, how much am I supposed to put in myself into this exactly? Like, okay, what's going on? Chariot, Queen of Pentacles, the Hermit. Ah, how interesting. Somebody wants to make peace. So it's no wonder. When I see pages swarm an ace like that, it immediately stops me in my tracks. So I'm like, what's going on? Because that's what the energy is experiencing. What's going on? What's good? I was moving here. I was moving forward in a particular direction. I was taking my time. I was not rushing anything. And then that's you stopping dead in your tracks. You're like, what the fuck is this? And that tells me, I was worrying about that moon. Either stuff that you have yet to resolve or the unknown. And it's coming across as the unknown. Powerful unknown, too. It's peaceful in nature. So by the time it approaches you, it's very unassuming. But there's a bunch of powerhouse energy behind it that all have to do with moving forward, peace, nurturing, care, protection, qualities. Okay. And it all seems to be in the interest of healing. Now, it's literally on your pathway to moving forward with your chariot. And at some point, you cross into the moon, something of the unknown seems to be approaching you, or something comes forward. Because your reaction here is page, page, page. What's going on? What is this? Ace of Wands. You're all over this, right? But you don't know how to respond. You don't know which page you're supposed to use. Am I supposed to use my thought, my feeling, investment? What do I do? How do I deal with? Christina, tell me what to do with that, because it hasn't happened. It's about to, because it's technically in your present, but you haven't seemed to engage with it yet. So as far as I can tell, this is an upcoming Ace of Wands that has you stop and asking a lot of questions, particularly about how to approach in regards to response. You don't know what to give it. You don't know what element to give it. Thought, feeling, realistic time, you don't know. Again, this is on your pathway forward. But it's like you walk straight into the unknown at some point soon. Quite possibly Pisces season. And there is an offering here from what looks like a warm, loving place to actively heal. Tarot is all at will, free will. It may not even be for you. You'll know sooner rather than later. We're talking days, weeks. Okay? It doesn't look fearful to me. It's just your reaction is literally, I don't know what to make of this. So it's a renewal Ace of Wands. Okay? As far as I can tell, it's renewal. You don't know how you feel about it. Reasonably. Look where you came from. it would stand to reason. You don't know how to react to it. Because you're like, what, Christina, what page do I use? I want you to use whatever feels right to you. It's interesting. The only page you didn't show me was yours is page 1. That would be curiosity. Okay. That would be a little bit of spark, a little bit of hope. You're showing me more practical elements. How do I respond to it? How do I feel about it? How do I invest in it, if at all? That's up to you. I just want you to do what you think is right for you. That's all anybody can do. Sometimes, you know, guys, tarot isn't just about what it is you already know. There's a big chunk of it of what you don't know. And that's why you're here. To understand what it is you do know, or try to resolve yourself to it. And then maybe, if we're lucky, maybe, anticipate possibly a little bit of stuff that is yet to be. And what does that look like? And you got a big one today. And it's, but your reaction is, Paige, what the fuck is that? You know, I mean, it's up to you. You have so much resolve here. Your conclusion is your conclusion about why you blew this up. As far as you're concerned, this was a faulty construct. It's something you should not commit yourself to, stand by, and you technically can't justify it. You came to all that conclusion on your own, hence you blew it up, okay? I don't disagree with that. You don't know what the other person learned or not. I just see your side of the story. You honestly don't know because you made a dedicated effort to move on with your life, okay? All I can tell you is they're showing me the Hermit with the Queen of Pentacles. This is active consideration of healing, comfort, and support, care. And it's soft. It's not assuming at all. It seems to have best interest energy behind it. Perhaps the care, love, concern, and support that was perhaps missing back here. It's a lot of earth energy in there. Okay, so it's grounded in its own way. But there's no chasing here. That person's standing still this time. So, okay. The future. 5 of Cups, the Hanged Man, reflection on the pains of the past, and that is over. Death. Okay? You might be over that pain for very different reasons now. We'll see. Let's see that 5 of Cups, please. Show me that 5 of Cups, show me that 5 of Cups, show me that 5 of Cups. Show me that 5 of Cups, please. Show me that 5 of Cups. Let's do one more. Show me that 5 of Cups, please. How fascinating. They say... That moon is so interesting for you. I interpret it very differently as soon as I put your baseline down compared to the other folks I've been seeing. It just felt different. That's why I do my job. All right. Okay. There's your Page of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the Wheel of Fortune. Okay. There's your page. There's your page. You are showing me, okay, this could be a renewal opportunity. Time has passed. I can look at it differently. You're telling me the pain doesn't hurt the way it used to. That's true. You want to know what you could do, there's your actual page. And I think that's your actual deciding factor. What you would actually be open to is a solidification of a strong new opportunity so long as it was realistic. You're saying time has passed. The 5 of Cups doesn't hit the same way, nor should it. You've done a lot of work. Okay? There's no reason why the 5 of Cups should drag you back into the past anymore. So, if you can greet this as a realistic opportunity that you can put something of yourself into, so long as you understand it's equally strong on the other side, and you feel good about it, so be it. Okay? Just understand what that Ace of Pentacles means to you. So I see you returning. Not returning to it, but returning to something that says, this could still feel right, but my approach is going to be very different. Okay? Let's see that Hanged Man. Is there anything else you need to take into consideration? Show me that Hanged Man. Six of Cups. The Chariot. Oh, the Tower. Okay. Okay. You are contemplating the Tower when you last blew up this construct. It was a soul bond. You're saying, realistically, if I open up towards this and I really forget the old pain of the past, there's something in here about I can't emotionally move towards it, though. Not like that. If you choose to connect with it, it'll be in a small, realistic way, not in a romantic way. You've made that clear. Your heart will not point in this person's direction. If you show up for it at all, it'll be to honor the connection, and that's it. You're gaining insight on this. It's kind of like saying my heart can't afford to point to you ever again. I've thought about it a lot. I can see myself putting something into it, but not like that. I think you remember very strongly those days where you were running around chasing for this person's attentions or feelings. So realistically, why would you? Why would you point your chariot in that direction? You're saying my forward momentum, my chariot, isn't for you. But I've reflected on the connection. I know I can give something of myself to this, but it won't be like that. I can't afford to move my heart towards you, and I don't want to. And that's not your fault. Anybody who lets you chase their feelings, you can't help but conclude, right? They must not care about you too much or respect you too much. I have no doubt you two are soul bonded. I see complex shit like this all the time for soul bonds. Why? Because they're soul bond. They're meant to leave an impression on us. That doesn't mean that they're all fun. Okay? You're saying it would be folly to pursue any emotions in this ever again. Okay? I think you've made it clear. If I connect with this at all, I will give small, reasonable portions of myself to it, but they'll never have access to my heart again. And I most certainly will not be chasing yours. There's prices to pay for things like this. When you allow someone to chase your heart, their feelings, please cooperate with me. That means they let you, right? And that means you participated. Am I surprised? No, not at all. There's prices to pay, guys. We all have bills we have to pay at the end of the day. Spiritual, monetary, emotional. Chasing and waiting, these are horribly not constructive, but deconstructive things. And, you think you know what you're doing at the time. Turns out we didn't. So you had your own particular price. So do they. It's looking like your heart can't move in that direction ever again. And that's going to be a trust thing, for sure. All right. Let's see, death. Show me death. That kind of tells me how much you've learned. And it's kind of like you're saying there's no going back to the past. Again, I don't blame you. It's like, I love this connection in my own way. I always will. But this is what I can put into it, and it ain't much. It's honest. It is. If you're saying your heart can't go down that road again, it can't. And that's it. That's all there is to it. All right. Show me death. Show me death. Show me death. That's the thing about chasing, guys. It goes back to games. That's kid shit. It's not so fun when you're an adult. Chasing has consequences. And when you understand someone allowed you to chase them, that has consequences too. So I believe you when you tell me there's no going back. Your heart for this situation has changed a great deal. 7 of Wands, the Queen of Cups, 2 of Cups. You're saying you cannot cross my heart again. Some of you have some very prominent water in your chart, which, if I remember for your last reading, that was a really strong point. It hasn't come out yet, so I don't know what your reaction is to it. But I believe I'm saying something in the Aries in this one, that you have such a bold, strong heart in you. You take your sense of movement forward seriously. You hate hanging out in the past, and you hate being delayed. You want to get things done that are important to you. And that means moving your heart forward. That means you understand you have feelings to move forward and the strength of your own will and conviction, etc. So you might be that person who identified with last week's reading as well, a sensitive Aries. But it's beautiful sensitivity. And I completely agree with your heart. That pathway for this connection, this person's over. It's not an option. So, death. 7 of Wands, Queen of Cups, 2 of Cups. My heart's not for you. Maybe once it was, but it will not move towards you like that ever again. I am not an option. And even if I wasn't an option, let's say you picked me, I'm not going to pick you back. I cannot forget that you let me chase you. If this is true, abide by this and reinforce it. 7 of Wands. You've made it very, very clear with the Hanged Man. I cannot expose my heart to you again. It's not up for grabs. It's not up for consideration. This is what I remember, and I remember fondly. The soul bond, but not much else. I paid my tab. You get to pay yours now. Okay. Okay. That's your choice, though, honey. Tarot doesn't dictate shit, you do. And I can see why. It was from a place of pride that you had built a lot, and then they had you running around like a love-struck knight. Chase me, I'm an option. No, they weren't. They were never an option. You know? And you worked like hell to get yourself back in order. This is my direction. And then there's an Ace of Wands that shows up out of the moon because someone's been doing some active reconstructive and healing, and that's beautiful. But your reaction is you swarmed it with pages. I don't know what to do with this. What does this even mean? I see your conclusion over here, and it's not much. You're saying, I'm over the pain. I believe you do. I'm over the pain. But I would be a fool to allow you to try it again. So I'll give you something, but maybe a card at Christmas once a year. You know, you take somebody's intentions and actions for granted like that. You got it. Okay? You got it, babe. Trust yourself. I want you to do what's right for you. You say your heart's not on the table for this? Believe it. Stand by it. Move it forward like you've been doing. Okay? Okay. On a Wednesday. For some of you later in the year. Those didn't fully shuffle out. They wanted to escape, but I got a Wednesday. I got a Wednesday here. Okay. What else, please? Okay. Within 3 years for some of you. Yeah. That would explain why you didn't see that coming. It's been a minute. So that's going to factor in the time. Also, P.S., by the way, that you blew up this particular nonsense when you knew it was anti-commitment and anti-balance. So that includes when you blew it up. So if this was a year ago, then it becomes within 2 years. See what I'm saying? Like so. Within a month for some of you, and for some of you, that contact point was last December, and you are now in the process of coming to terms with what your response is. Okay? Okay. All right, you guys. Oh boy, so many medallions. Well, one letter, S. And then we have the power word intelligent that is associated with Gemini, but I'm saying the word intelligent. I'm also saying the word friendly twice. Friendly, both of these associated with Aquarian energy. Okay, heavy air there. And then we have you, the medallion of Aries. That's you, honey. Yeah, I can't say I'm surprised. The crab is in reverse. So Cancerian, but the point is that the emotions are all over the place and they're constantly changing, shifting, and moving. It's like trying to hit a moving target. Literally hitting a moving target, as we saw back here. And this is why you said it's so damn hard. Trying to get to this person's or connect to this person's feelings. You said, this is what I mean by chasing. This is what energetic and 3D chasing looks like. And it's difficult because it is. It was like trying to pin down a moving target of somebody's emotions. In other words, if they wanted you to catch them, they wouldn't, first of all, be playing a game. And then second, they would have stood still long enough for you to understand what their feelings were. But they wanted you to pursue. They wanted you to pursue. They wanted you to be look at all that bullshit. For a friend. Some friend, eh? I know behind it all was a soul bond, but bigger than this was your own particular value that you opened up with. You answering your call and being proud about it. Look at this, what I built, and then they got you running around. Trying to pick up scraps. So when you say your heart's not on the line for this anymore, 100%. I said there's a price to pay. You know? Perhaps if they had taken you a little more seriously the first time, but they did not, and that's their particular consequence. You guys, Aries, honey, I hope this helped you. Put in the comments as you see fit. Take care. Be well.